Hey everyone. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the journey of getting my Daihatsu Hijet imported from Japan. I'll be sharing with you guys how I got it, where I got it from, how long it took, and how much it ended up costing me at the end of the day. So to start off, I bought it from a website called carfromjapan.com. And the reason I got it from this website was because they had a pretty good selection of vehicles and it was pretty easy overall. It did take a little longer than I thought. It was mainly due to them getting a ship to bring it over here. And it took me about 4 months to get my mini truck. I ended up buying a Daihatsu Hijet. So I wanted a vehicle that had four-wheel drive, a locking rear differential, and a dump bed. So I looked for a truck that was in the mid 90s. I didn't want something too old, and due to the 25-year-old import rule, I couldn't get something too new. And when I bought the vehicle, it was in 2022, so the newest car I could import was 1997. So we'll go ahead and search. We have a list of cars here. I usually like to filter them through new arrivals. Okay, we can see several options here. A couple with dump beds already. Um, some of these cars have a grade. R is for restored, and I believe the higher the number, the better the car is. Actually, when I bought mine, it didn't have a grade at all. I just kind of went through the pictures, but we can see this one right here. This one looks pretty good. It's a 1996 Daihatsu Hijet truck, and they're asking 2,180. Um, but the total price with shipping is 3,839. However, that is not going to be your total price overall because once it gets here into the States, you do have to pay for custom taxes and then some other paperwork that I'll explain later. Um, and this one right here has a PTO dump. There's several different types of dump beds. Some of them are an electric dump bed and some of them are PTO. The PTO dump beds in general seem to be a little bit more beefed up and sturdier when they come from the factory that way. So yeah, this one doesn't look. It has a little bit of rust actually. So it's up to you on what you feel comfortable with. Some of these, if not most of them, have some level of rust. Um, Mine had some rust on it, but it wasn't too bad. And the frame was actually pretty good. Most of the rust was on the dump bed itself, like this one. So if this is something that you wanted to purchase, you could either ask further questions, which was what I did, or just buy it right away. Um, they give you some other options here. They give you a pre-export inspection option that costs a little bit more money, and then the marine insurance fee, which costs a little bit more money. To get it imported to the United States, you don't need either of them, so you don't need those. But once you inquire about it, someone's going to get back to you. They'll give you some more information, and if that's something you want to buy, then you go ahead and buy it. Um, there's two ways to buy it. You can do a wire transfer, and if that's the way you go, then this is the price you're going to pay. But you could also pay through PayPal, and if that's the way you want to go, then it's going to be this price of 3,839, for example, plus another $200. I ended up paying through PayPal because it was my first time and I wasn't really sure what to expect. So it just kind of gave me some level of security. Once you do buy it, however, their terms are pretty strict and pretty much the only way you can get it canceled is if something happens to the mini truck on their end where you have no control over it. But if you do cancel your transaction, you still lose quite a bit of money. And depending on the price of the vehicle, it's sometimes not even worth it. So just make sure that you're committed to your transaction and that you know what you want. I can show you, for example, the one I bought. Let's go over here. I bought this one right here. So once you make your purchase, um, the seller will organize the shipment for you. Like I said, mine did take about 4 months to get here. It was supposed to be sent out within the month, and it just got pushed back and got pushed back. I eventually got it 4 months later. Yeah, this is the one I got. It had some paint on it. It looked a little bit rough, mostly around the dump bed, but it ran good. It turns on right away. No issues there. And that was my main concern. My main concern was the engine. I could do some body work afterwards, but I just wanted to make sure that it was a good, solid vehicle. Once you purchase your vehicle, the seller will organize the shipment and he'll send you out a BOL. So once you are provided a bill of lading by Car from Japan, you need to submit a ISF form for U.S. Customs before your mini truck is loaded onto the cargo ship. I believe you have 24 hours before, and to do that, you can do it through Easy ISF. That's what I did, and you'll create an account. You need a bill of lading, a commercial invoice, and a government ID to do this. So you would just go ahead and get started. They say it costs 25 bucks, but it's if it's your first time, it costs another extra 25 bucks to create an account. So it ends up coming out to $50. And then with the PayPal fees, it comes out to $51. And they'll do all the paperwork for you and they'll submit it while you're waiting for your ship to be sent over. It's going to take about, depending on your location and where it's being shipped from. For me, it took about 2 weeks because it was leaving from Kobe, Japan, and it had a couple stops, and then it landed in Tacoma, Washington first. But you can track your ship using this website called vesselfinder.com. You just have to input the name of the ship, and then it gives you some details about the ship, its scheduled course, and how fast it's going, and some and a map view as well. Another good website to use is Marine Traffic, which I liked a little bit more. Um, this one seems to be updated more frequently. That also gives you um, some information such as where it's located, where it's going, how fast it's going, and its scheduled course. It gives you a map as well, but it's not loading on my screen for whatever reason. So while that's going on, you're going to be sent some of the paperwork from Japan through DHL. Well, at least that's what it was for me. I got the certificate of export, an invoice, and some other original documents, as well as the surrendered bill of lading. So at some point, you'll receive an email from the shipping agent saying that your vehicle has a surrendered bill of lading. This is good. That means everything is going good. And then you'll also get another email from the shipping liner with the notice of arrival and slash freight invoice. And this one means that it gives you the day when the vehicle should be landing at your destination. And it also has some charges and fees that you need to pay for it to be unloaded from the ship. Some people had to pay this amount, 120 in handling charges, $50 in delivery order fees, and then other miscellaneous charges. And for them, it was only they could only pay it through a money order. It might vary from shipping liner to shipping liner, but for me, I was able to pay it through a website called Cargo Sprint, and the cost was 84 with 13 cents. The handling fee was $10, and then because I did pay with my credit card, I had to pay a fee of $2.83, which came out to a total of $96.96. And once you pay that, they'll give you the clear and the go ahead that they'll unload your vehicle, and you can start working on your customs clearance. Um, so to do that, you can do it through Easy ISF, which I did because it was my first time again. I wasn't really sure, and I didn't want to make a mistake because it can be kind of costly if you do. But pretty much, um, the only thing Easy ISF needs is a copy of the arrival notice that was sent to you through email, and it's going to cost you about $90. So they take care of the paperwork. They could also help you with the EPA filings for $30 per form. And my ship delivered my mini truck on a Sunday, and by Tuesday it had been cleared by customs and it was ready to pick up. I got there on a Wednesday to pick it up, but you have a total of 10 days before they start charging you $75 per day. Another thing you should know is that if you do get it sent to the Long Beach location, um, you need to have a TWIC card. You cannot have an escort you around. However, you can have someone with a TWIC card go inside the port and retrieve the vehicle for you. Um, I called them and they gave me a couple people that could do that for me. And if you're interested, I can share that information with you. But pretty much, this guy, he had a TWIC card, and he sent me over a form just authorizing him to go into the port and retrieve the vehicle for me. I waited outside the gate, and he went and got it. So some of the other fees I was talking about was customs, because it is a mini truck. They have a 25% tax on trucks, which for me came out to 395. But there's also some other fees and charges, and it pretty much came out to $426 at the end of the day. So I'll share with you guys the total cost it cost me to bring in my mini truck. I kind of made this Word document to kind of outline everything that went into it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, but it did take a little bit longer than I thought and a little bit more money than I thought. So this is the price I ended up paying. The mini truck with the PayPal fee, which was the extra $200, came out to $16.75. Shipping was $15.37. The ISF paperwork fee was $51.50. The cargo ship fee was $96.96. And then I had to send the surrender bill of lading overnight. That cost me $27.90. And then Easy ISF customs paperwork came out to $90. They also filed the EPA paperwork and the NHTSA paperwork, so that ended up costing me $60 more. Depending on your state, you may or may not need to do these two, so you can save some money there, or you can do them yourself. And then customs duties and fees came out to $426 with 64 cents, and then another $18.95 for PayPal tax. And then the TWIC. Oh, so the guy with the TWIC card that went and retrieved it for me, he ended up charging me $75, but he also helped me load my trailer, so I tipped him an extra $5, which came out to $80. then this is how much gas cost me to get out there to California from New Mexico, back and forth, and then food throughout the way. So a total came out to 4,576. For me, it was worth it because I've tried looking for this vehicle here in the States with the options that I wanted, and it's really, really hard to find. And then whenever I did find it, they wanted a lot more than this. So it worked out for me. If we do take off these two, your truck comes out to 4,063, almost $4,000. If you live closer to Long Beach or if you live closer to a port, then you probably won't be spending as much on gas and then food to get there as well. But in my case, that's how much it cost me.